All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome. Shut this up. Welcome, everyone. All Forexia family, GPG community, and obviously YouTube. Welcome. Thank you for watching or attending to the webinar. So I decided to, it's one of the craziest news or basically movements of almost end of the week, which can still continue going, was GBP pairs and the election, which was a perfectly clear trap. And I decided to have this webinar explain you guys that, and I wanted to have this on YouTube and tell you guys, if you're watching this video as one of the first video on YouTube, or you are not really into the way I trade, I just want to show you based on what I have just on YouTube and the what the money do, also more in depth on traps. You can literally trade this massive almost 400 pip move without any indicator, no DMA necessary, although DMA gave us a perfect signal before move happens. But that's also, we had a web video on YouTube where I explain all the news events and all this going around in the world. You don't really need to follow them and be aware of what's happening. I seriously predicted this 2 weeks prior to happening, and I don't really have any idea who got elected, who was even like playing around, nothing, no idea what's happening in the world. I don't watch news. I only knew that this day is election. What I was sure about it, that trap gonna happen, plus most likely it's gonna come in forms of surprise. Why? Because when it's trap, it has to surprise retail trader. They don't give them time to get out. And this big candle you see right here, which is around from original entry, candle open, it's 350 pip, and this actually was a gap in my broker and couple of other broker, even IC market. They've been a big gap. I personally saw 4,000 accounts being in drawdown of $16,000, which is crazy. But welcome to Forex. So now I'm going to show you how you could literally, and why I thought this is gonna go up all the way from December 2nd. I usually have a Friday session with Academy where I go through pairs and draw what I think is going to happen. Also, Tuesdays are the day that I look at the market one more time. I try to find best opportunities. So let's quickly go to daily time frame. If you have any question, let me know, on chat room. So let's hide these drawings for a second, and I'm gonna use the tools I have here. If I can bring it up, yeah. All right, great. So now I'm gonna use these tools that I have here. Oh, actually, this one is not great. Let's try again. So, right here. So from here, first of all, a lot of people draw a trend like this and then got a stop hunted here, but that's for too far. I'm going to draw it pretty new, just like this. You see, perfect touch. 1, 2, 3, all the way down here. And obviously there was, this, let me draw it here too. These zones around here that retail trader would look at here, around here. And notice this is daily time frame. So I'm not, because I saw in the comments a lot of people that, oh, you're really in lower time frame. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not going to lower time frame without understanding of higher time frame. I do understand them. I don't need to come to daily to see all these things. I literally can see this zone with in 15 minutes time frame. It's obvious. So you see how this zone right here, this trend line, if you go to Google, YouTube, trend line, perfect right here, support resistant. Wow, I'm perfect in this business. And you can see I can't even move this further. And you see it is still a perfect zone. If you go to weekly, monthly, you're gonna see this zone anyway. All right, so trend line, trap zone right here. So now let's delete everything on here and open what I just had drawing here. I'm gonna go to mouse. All right. So this is nothing different than what I draw for you. The only difference is I didn't even need to come to all this higher time frame. This one touch to this area, you can see in 4-hour time frame. The first touch, high of Monday, where price reversed, and this was basically creation of a new trend. That was basically a psychological level. All right, so price start consolidating there. All right, so when I'm going to look, and when I had my session, basically price was around here. What I was seeing was a perfect daily trend line being respected in line with the support and resistance that retail trader look for. You see how perfectly this wick creates that trend, touch the trend line, not breaking the zone. Our trend line is winning, the zones are being, even trend breaks, these zones being respected. Now, let's say, for example, from all the way here, they came to here. And now let's see if they draw a Fibonacci from there to here, swing high to low. You can see all these times here, respect of Fibonacci, playing around Fibonacci levels. You can see this red thing is that Fibonacci being respected. So all they were doing for the past 2 weeks was to trapping sellers in any way they can. It could be support resistant, they would. It was trend line, they would. Okay, so that's basically was the reason I knew this trend line doesn't mean shit anymore. The moment it get too good to be true, I used to stay away from it, but now I'm actually committing to the trades to the exact opposite direction that retail trader go. So perfect trap here, trend line respected, resistance respected. So I knew price is gonna go all the way back up. And because this trend line, you could have seen it on daily time frame, you could basically know that this trend line is going to, these people who draw on daily time frame not going to have 10 or 20 pips stop losses. So these arrows right here are where most of them going to enter. So the first zone they can see, they are swing traders, right? So the first zone they can see to have their stop losses above, it's around 460 pip. And let's not talk about people who don't use the stop losses. All right, the accounts that I set 4,000 went down negative 16,000. It had 25 people stop loss. So it's not about the stop loss in the case like this. It's about the way you're trading. If you follow the hertz, if you go by trend and support and resistance, then you are going to have a surprise like this. So the liquidity zone, it would be around 300, 400, 500, around like this. So this was basically the reason we had this zone drawn right here as a take profit level that price can, stop losses are above it, so price gonna just come and hit the stop losses, right? So this was basically a take profit. I'm just gonna be honest because I don't like to get credit from what I didn't do. I did predict this 2 weeks in prior. I did send this to my VIP group, and we actually were having fun around here that we were up 250 pips. You can see 250 pips from the original prediction. But I did not take this trade. I did take 2 buy in 2 days before this happened, but this timing of this movement was not anywhere close my trading time, so I did miss this move. Trade is like a train, guys. When it comes, you missed it, there is another one gonna come, just gonna be patient. And I know this was 400 pip, but a week before it was 250 pips. So it's not something that you be like, oh, I missed that lifetime chance. Hell no, it's forex. You see, 2 weeks, 800 pip. Another week, right here. The movements are huge. So even this consolidation was about 200 pips ups and down. So you don't really need to freaked out that you moved this. Freaked out if you sold here. Be like, what am I doing wrong? Let me just quickly before continue take a look at chat. Like how do you enter after trap has set? So basically I need the induction. I need to see that, touch of the resistance line, resistance zone that I draw. I need to see that respect and then an inducement. And I usually take the trade at DMA, which let's go to 1 hour time frame and I will show you guys how DMA did give us a signal. So the buy, you see, I usually want to see touch of the resistance, come down, induce to DMA, and then I would buy it. Okay, so this was my first buy. It was around 60 something pip, I think. Yeah. And then next day, you see price came back down. The reason price came back down, basically stop hunted and create, basically there was a lot of buy order up around here of day traders trying to follow this little trend. So price activated those order, reversed aggressively, basically stop them out. At the same time, there might be a little of people that have this as a resistance, and this is an induction for them. You see a railroad track, and then momentum comes down, stop at DMA again, come back above. This was my entry again. See, I rather take a perfect safe trade. This was 70 something, but I actually took 60 again. And this day, so they stop hunted the DMA, but they keep going down, pushing further, trapping sellers more. And then right before session changeover, basically 2 hours before, they gave us a big engulfing candle at low of the week. So if I draw it here, so at a low of the week, they break it, and then engulfing candle came right above it. So if I go to 15 minutes time frame, this is basically that perfect W formation. With an engulfing candle, you could have entered here if you are on 15 minutes time frame, or 30 minutes. You could be able to see it, but you can see how they came right above all my averages, DMAs. They're magical. They came all above it. Retest for 3 candle of 30 minutes, so 1 hour and a half. Retest of DMA give you a buy signal, which it wasn't in my trading time. You can see how my trading time is highlighted. So if anything happens out of this highlight, I mostly are not in. Okay. So right here, you could have buy it 350 sweet pip, actually golden pips, all the way back up here. And you can see how stop hunters, everybody, all people are liquidated, and now price reversing back down. But don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. and wait to see what happened around DMAs. So this is how I enter basically. Okay. Next question. I see the traps, but I don't see good entries. Okay, I already answered. On the daily, the trend line isn't very well defined. It tried breaking out in April 2019. The reason I keep it like that, because right here I completely understand. It's because at the time, let's draw it. Perfect question. I'm actually happy you came up with it. So if at the time they draw the trend line like this, retail trader keep updating the trend line. So at the time trend line was created like this, so market maker basically performed a break and retest of the trend line, as well as this support resistance around here, trap everybody that this zone and trend is broken, retested, induced people, and reverse. So it was basically a trend line trap, break, and retest. That's why I keep it like that, because when I see that thing in a weekly time frame, I promise you it would be a week or something. You see that respect, honestly. It's a week or something. So this is the reason I basically know that they already trapped that trend line. So most likely they're going to trap it again. So this is why I like it. Um, so let's go to the next question. Um, yeah, I'm lazy. The trade could have paid off many people's mortgage. That's true. All right, so that's it. That's it with questions. Let's go now. I had the almost same thing on Euro USD. We did predict this bad boy too very well. Let me get rid of DMAs. Although you can see I really use DMA to get those perfect entries, but before that, to get those perfect entries again. But before that, let's see why I thought it's gonna stop from here. From this week, I knew they're gonna keep going up. So it's easy, very good weekly structure, basically that pump and dump. So price keep trend created a perfect trend line. You can do it like this too. Perfect trend line for retail trader for 1, 2, 3, 4 week, and then they start consolidating. If I put this right here, it makes a little more sense. So price had this support created, trap everybody in this more aggressive downtrend, stop hunt them. So this is stop hunt. This is basically what we teach in Golden Eyes course in GPG University. So induction, and then trap the high, break and retest in this case, just like Euro USD, GBP USD we mentioned. Trap of trend line, break, retest, trap of this zone. Looks like this trend line is broken. People start buying it, so it keep reversing on them. And then right here, low is broken. The newer low that was created also would probably have some liquidity below from the people want to follow this trend. So this wick to this area in line with this massive bullish candle coming around here, and then start trapping this trend line. That was a dead giveaway for me. And then look what happened in Monday. Push back up, the same zone we just draw here. They keep consolidating around it. So basically I knew this trend that was created need to be stop hunted. So that was basically the take profit. That was a take profit here. And I need to show you something else too. First, daily time frame. Let's go. And you see how perfect trend line. Again, all is retest to trend line before breaking it all the way to here. And it was a perfect setup. Really great setup. So Let me see the message again. Do you teach or have a course in how to trade with your strategy? Yes, I do. It's gonna be gpg.teachable. I will send you the link. It's gonna be in description after I uploaded it, or you can check out my basically GPG community and it would be there. These are the courses that we're offering. DMA hack, golden eyes course. With the golden eyes course, you're basically are done for the market manipulation. So this is how I have my course. Let's see. Do you use DMA cross to know direction of the trend too? Should I say after DCR day? No, I do not get direction based on DMA. You can see I already draw this trend line before I add DMA. So when I decide that this trend is going to stop hunt all the way there, then I'm like, hey, DMA, give me some entry. And he's like, sure, sir, here's your entry. Here's another entry. Here's another entry. So that's basically it. So I do not get from I do not get direction from DMAs. I do use them for entry. All right. So let's go. Yeah, one more thing here before I go. We have a video about key levels too, how round number are effective in market. Look how this Euro USD hit the level of 1.12 and the level they basically from here, you can say this week. Let me just do it here. So you see from here, perfect round number, 1010,500, retested it, came back up, and all the way to 1.12. So you can pay attention to find out, key levels would help you to find the accuracy on your analysis. If you are thinking that price gonna stop hunt down and go high, then look for a round number in an area that you think they're going to stop hunt low. Okay. And also in your analysis, make sure never have this much zone as I draw. I don't draw this many zone. I just did it so you guys can see what I'm looking at all the time. Pretty simple and clean. And again, you don't need DMA for it. You need market understanding. So, yeah, nothing on the question yet. Let me. Oh, actually, I think I didn't mute everybody. That's why. Ghost sound. All right, now should be good. And the other, by the way, all of these analysis I'm showing you was sent to my students. So if you're not there, you're missing out. I'm coming up with a perfect program for the new year as well. It's not gonna be expensive. It's gonna be reasonable, but we're gonna have 3 weeks of crazy work on you. So if you're ready to work hard for your Christmas, oh, Elvin here. So if you're ready for your Christmas to work hard, Elvin and I have a program for you. We're gonna plan it and we're gonna announce it obviously soon. All right. I don't think Elvin can talk.
I can
tried to
talk.
unmute you. What's up, brother?
Oh, nothing. I'm late. I'm sorry.
No problem, bro. Glad to have you here.
Just tuning in, getting caught up.
All right. So I talked about GU and EU. Now let's look at US dollar Canadian too. In US dollar Canadian, almost same story. Trend line for a pretty nice time. You can see overall we have a bullish trend. You can see here I draw it in the higher time frames. These are actually the trades we took. So pretty good trend. And then they start trapping the high, trapping. Basically, this is a what the money do setup, where trend line, the psychological level is broken. and retail trader are start buying here. You can see how many different touch to the trend line to confirm for retail trader to buy, and then price shift against them, came back up, stop hunt on NFP, and then came right back down. And we already, well, I thought they're gonna come back to this area before they push down. My reasoning was, if Fibonacci traders, I'm not sure, the retail trader, I mean, so if they draw their Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, you can see basically this golden level of 61.8 was hit, and 50 at the same time. They basically worked around here and then pushed back up. So I thought a lot of people are gonna think that it's gonna continue going up and have buy orders here. So my thought was that price gonna come back here, activate them, and reverse. But it looks like that wasn't true. A support was created. So higher high, people, this wicks throwing up was trapping buyers before they push down. And don't you dare think that DMA didn't give us a signal. Okay? Don't you dare. Amazing consolidation right here below all the averages. We got all these crosses. You literally using DMA. This is why I love it. Tightest stop loss in the whole world. You get worst entry. You know that you don't need anything more than 14, 13 pip stop loss. And your reward would be 70. Pretty great, right? No, it's the program we have is not for newbies. Well, it requires a little bit of experience, but yeah, we can cover newbies too. No worry. The gold, sure. Just before I have 8 minutes time, quickly, I'm just gonna go through UJ2. UJ also is a perfect signature trade. I personally thought from here they're gonna go up, but they consolidated, keep that wedge bigger and bigger for a whole week, stop hunted down, and then pushed up.
We got time for me to go over CAD JPY when you're done?
Sure, bro. Let
Okay.
me just stop the sharing. And can you
Okay.
go over gold as well? We had it in the chat.
Okay. I might have to pass it back because I haven't analyzed, but we could do it together.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay, let's hurry up. I'll bring up my share. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So CAD JPY. Okay, cool. This is a pair I actually been trading and stalking for a while now, because what I've been doing with it is finding these trend line traps in line with the support and resistance traps, and then taking the DCR, right? So let's go on a lower time frame. Let me try to make this more clear. All right, so overall, you can see we've been in, you call this an uptrend, right? Now, multiple taps here, and then also up here, we're showing signs of downtrend. So they're trapping multiple ways. All right, so sorry, I just want to give you that overview. So now, what happened this was last month, November. This area basically got worked as you can call it like a resistance support. So now price is under here, trapping under this area. Going up, going up, going up. Boom. Got it down here. So boom, they trapped the buyers. They gutted the trapped the buyers, induced the sellers, pulled against the sellers once more. And boom. See how it just kind of whipsawed down here? And this is actually where I was looking for a trade. So even though it's a confusing trap area, I just wanted to show how we can use the DMA. So once we got down here, we're tapping this trend line area. So kind of get 3 trend line traps, as well as this support turn resistance. So when I highlight this green circle, I like to call it the trap zone, right? So these are those M's where you don't take them. And these are those ECRs where you don't necessarily take them because they're trapping, right? So this is actually where you look for a buy. And you can wait for some type of momentum. So once this shift happens, I'm all buy. I'm all buy because they're done inducing the sells for now. So this is actually where I got in early last week, right here against this trap. So let's throw, we're going to throw our DMA 2.0 on the chart. Now, what does Human always say? When DMA is kind of flattening and just going back and forth, what do? We leave that shit alone and we wait, right? See how it's giving you across here, across here, across here. This is why I tell people wait for that shift. Now, once this shift happens, find you an entry. Find you an entry where you see fit, you know, sell a buy candle. I'm sorry, buy a sell candle in this case. And like, let's just say, caught
Or
any of this.
or you can just get a candlestick confirmation just engulfing.
Yep, exactly. And like, let's see if you go down on a 5 minute. Let's kind of hide everything, make it clearer. So this will whom would you say that this engulfed right here? It's ugly.
Where? Well, I see
Right.
I see that they came, you know where they are exactly a little before.
Mm-hmm.
You see that railroad track basically
Mm-hmm.
closed above DMA. You see it
Yep.
pushed down and came right back up, close above. From here, you can start buying. And then the rest, you know, I don't really like to buy through a push. I rather buy when it's going down, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just preferences. If you are not really good as identifying which drop you have to buy, just get a confirmation, great confirmation, railroad and engulfing. I'm actually writing a golden candlestick book about it too. Soon gonna come up.
Nice. So yeah, they just to kind of recap, clear uptrend on this one. We went up all week, and then what they do for Friday, shift against the buyers and trap them. So let's go. You say you want to look over gold before we get out of here?
Yes.
Okay. Did you want to share your screen?
No, it's okay. You can just go through
Okay.
it together.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been trading this in some time, so.
Yeah. So you see right now what I see it's that if you extend that trend line that you just draw to the now, it's gonna be it's really looks like bearish to me, gold. I don't see any potential of drop, sorry, rise. I see them that they created a big trend and this is just part of induction. This rise you see now, exactly. You read my mind. So you see how they keep playing around here, this zone. So when it's getting more obvious, I just wait for that, you know, higher trend that you draw to be broken, break, retest of trend line, trap buyers, dump on them.
Okay. Sorry.
And the gold also, guys, it's other than market maker, there's a lot of wealthy people that can fuck around with gold price. You know, like I'm talking about super rich that they don't really want to see price of the gold goes held down. So that's, you know, added to craziness of gold, you know.
So like this, want to catch like an ECR in that area, maybe?
Yeah, that's it. Playing
Nice.
around, stop hunt, trap buyers, drop.
Mm-hmm. And you see, if you wait for the shift out of this area and you don't necessarily try to sell right here, you wait for the confirmation, and then you can wait for some micro accumulation, and then just be safer opposed to, you know, keep trying to catch
Yeah.
it at the high or whatever.
And if you backtest gold, you see that, you know, they do a lot of inducing. First, they induce a lot before they make their move. And usually at that end, it's going to be super crazy, a crazy week or something. So you really need to spend time on gold. We got less
1
than a
minute.
minute, bro.
Okay.
I just don't want to get caught here. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, bro. I really enjoyed the session. Hope you guys learned whatever you need to learn. Anything you want to add, bro?
Oh, nope. Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
All right, make sure to subscribe the channel if you're watching on YouTube. And till next time, peace.
Peace.